To see, I'm sure you saw the boat out of shape down there. Pretty good. He got it up pretty high, but he managed to bring it right back down and go on and win.
Yesterday, the pit was a little bit shook up when Jim Harvey apparently injured his back in an accident that happened on the dock. We asked him what happened.
Basically what happened is I was jumping from the boat to the boat, and I missed the boat. I guess after 25 years I was entitled to miss it once, and this happened to be the day.
Well, obviously he is back with us today for the Gold Cup. Look at this card that a youngster in the audience yesterday made up and got to him, and look what it says in there. Now you can sit in a chair like Bernie Little and boss them around. Don't worry, it won't last for long. Well, we're not going to have you wait much longer either. For the Gold Cup on the Detroit River, it's coming up next.
Jim Hendrick and Dick Crippen here in Detroit, where 2 days of grueling competition have taken their toll. Mechanical problems have eliminated the Miss T Plus, Miss Sun Deck, and the Wellness Plan. That leaves it up to the Winston Eagle and the Race Rock Diner in a shootout.
Look for the two turbine boats to fight it out, Winston Eagle and Race Rock right off the start line. That's exactly what they're doing.
These 2 days of racing, they're getting a lot of points toward that Eagle Stacks High Point Trophy. And also, the top 3 point getters will race for, you know what? Dual shootout in Hawaii, the last race of the year.
There you can see Race Rock, and he's getting a little bit of a rocky ride out there. Mark Evans doing a good job of holding the boat in. He's really had that boat on the water most of the day. The front runner is the Winston Eagle, and that is Mark Tate, who is from the Detroit area, racing before his hometown crowd, takes the win in Heat 4B. So Mark Tate lines himself up as he gets ready to defend that Gold Cup. Race Rock Diner second. Miss T Plus did not start. Miss Wellness Plan and Miss Sun Deck did not finish.
Mark, it looked like just as you came up by the yacht club down there, each time you sort of lifted up on the right side of the boat, and it just kind of hung up there on you.
Yeah, it did. You're getting a lot of backwash off of that side of the river over there, and it's going to be really hard to determine what lane you really want to run in coming down into the Rooster Tail turn, because outside seems to be worse, and then the inside seems to be worse. It just changes every lap. You just can't find a smooth area.
So no preference at this point?
Not really, no. I just think it's going to be hang on, Susie, and let's go for it.
Here's the finale. The lineup: Chip Hanauer, Miss Budweiser, the U1. Mark Evans in the Race Rock Motor City Diner. Mike Hansen in Kellogg's has qualified for the winner-take-all final, as has George Woods Jr. in the Tide. Winston Eagle with Mark Tate. And DOC AccuView with Mitch Evans.
Every driver has his mind on one thing, the most prestigious cup in all of powerboat racing. There you hear the gun, and we're underway in the Gold Cup finale here in Detroit, Michigan, as we look at the Miss Budweiser. Chip Hanauer in lane number 3. Lane number 1 is the Winston Eagle with Mark Tate. He is the defending champion. Watch closely. The Tide boat is in lane number 2. As they close things down, going into corner number 1, a little bit of looseness for the Miss Budweiser. Meanwhile, the Winston come very close to that Rooster Tail on the inside. Watch them as they come out of the Detroit Boat Club turn. Winston Eagle holding it in second place, still in first, and leading by about 2 boat lanes is the Miss Budweiser. There you get a good shot of Mark Tate trying to come up on the inside.
Oh, and he's flying just a little bit, Dick. He's very light as we look at the third place boat, the Tide, with George Woods Jr. This will be 5 hard laps. Kellogg's Mike Hansen in 4th.
Good competition up front as well as in the back as these boats wait for those two to battle it out and see what happens and how it's going to shake out.
They are so close. 152.2 for Budweiser, 151.5 the competition for the Winston Eagle.
Winston Eagle on the right of your screen, the Dayglow red boat. There you see the red and white Miss Budweiser. They're almost deck to deck as they come down by the Detroit Boat Club. Look at these two boats battling out. Then the Budweiser just gets a little bit loose, and watch out! They actually hit the Winston Eagle. It appeared the Winston Eagle hit the tail of the Miss Budweiser as she flew up high out of the water. Miss Budweiser able to keep it under control, but bad news for the Winston Eagle team. They've lost the cowling on the boat, and the motor has gone dead. Let's see if he tries to restart. Meanwhile, down the back chute into the Rooster Tail turn, a high bounce for the Miss Budweiser. Chip Hanauer now leading this race uncontested.
I think he sustained some damage on that left vertical fin. It looks like it's wobbly loose. We'll have to watch on that as we look at the Motor City Diner with Mark Evans.
He is now riding in 4th position. In 3rd is the Kellogg's Tony the Tiger boat. 2nd place now is George Woods Jr. in the Tide, and of course the leader is the Miss Budweiser. Budweiser. There you see George Woods Jr. Look at how he is battling the currents here on the Detroit River.
It's very light. Bill Munsey once said, you don't beat the Detroit River, you survive it, as we look at the DOC AccuView with Mitch Evans currently in 5th place.
Still the leader, the Miss Budweiser, Chip Hanauer. There you see your 3rd place boat, the U6 Kellogg's Tony the Tiger. And again, you can see this boat has taken a wild ride, getting a little bit of surfing action off some of the waves. When it's breaking over the front, you know the front end of the boat is taking a beating. The Miss Budweiser, you can see the tail is now down. Jim had said that it looked like there was some damage to that side of the boat. There surely is. But Chip Hanauer isn't letting off the pedal at all. He's going without that vertical wind. It doesn't matter at all. He is going to take the checkered flag. Here's how that happened. Now watch the Winston Eagle. Jimmy comes right up and just nicks him.
But at that speed, just a nick is all it'll take to destroy a tail, and it's too bad that the Winston Eagle is out of the race at this point. It would have been high-speed competition. We'll be back with the winner in just a moment. Jim Hendrick along with Dick Crippen back here on the Detroit River. Here's the final results of the Budweiser APBA Gold Cup 1992. Let's go down to the docks and Dick Crippen.
Well, guys, who would have thunk it?
Who would have not thunk it?
8 gold cups.
Yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you, and what a combination for the 8th one. Chip, I'll tell you, the boat isn't exactly in one piece, but you got it across.
They gave me a good boat. Friday, we were hurt, and we only had 1 propeller and 1 engine. Looked like it would have to go the whole Gold Cup. But they stayed up late for 2 nights in a row, and they gave us plenty of equipment, and the boat was beautiful.
Well, the Detroit River responded just as Chip predicted it would, and he does know this river, Bernie.
Well, there's no one knows it better, and no one's ever driven any better for me. That was just truly outstanding. And to win 8 for Chip and for me at the same time, I love it. I want to shake his hand.
Chip, all right, damage on the boat. What happened down in turn number 2?
I don't know. It seems like I can't win a Gold Cup in Detroit with a wing that stays upright. Every time I come back with and Lauren, my radio guy, said, you're awfully hard on these wings here. So that's okay, as long as it flew home.
Well, Bernie, I think it's time to celebrate.
I do too, and this Bud's for me.
Here's the way they stand after the first 2 races of the 1992 RC Cola Series. The Eagle Snacks Trophy up for grabs with Miss Budweiser leading by about 500 points. Another exciting day of unlimited hydroplane racing. This is the big one in Detroit, the Gold Cup, and I'll tell you, it was a thriller.
Well, there she sits right up there on the Miss Budweiser, which represents the 8th Gold Cup for both Bernie Little and Chip Hanauer. Boy, as I said in the interview, who would have thunk it? I mean, here was 2 guys that really went against each other, and they came out winners, and both of them taking the celebration home tonight. So it's a pretty exciting pit to be in, and I don't doubt that with the notice that's been served by some of the other teams, we're going to have some hellacious racing here before this season is over. Next stop is Evansville. That's always an exciting race course. It's wide open and really built for speed.
Yes, the Ohio River in Evansville, Indiana. It'll be Budweiser. Thunder on the Ohio will be there. On behalf of Dick Crippen, I'm Jim Hendrick from Detroit. So long.
The Budweiser APBA Gold Cup has been brought to you by RC Cola. Give me the taste of my RC. By Eagle Snacks. Remember, not all snacks are created eagle. And by Budweiser, the king of beer with that clean, crisp, cold taste. Nothing beats a Bud. This event was sanctioned by the American Powerboat Association. A production of Cypress Sports in cooperation with ESPN.